family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Happy Tuesday evening from Cathedral High School as you're watching the IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. I'm Andrew Miles, and joining me on the broadcast today is Caleb Gross as we're getting ready for an absolute battle. We are excited for this matchup between the University High School Trailblazers, who come in at 3-1, and the Cathedral Fighting Irish, who are 2-1. And Caleb, just a week ago, we were here as the Cathedral Fighting Irish took on Warren Central. They were down 11 coming out of the third quarter. Taylor Lewis, their center, stepped up and made some big plays for him, which allowed Layla Gold to step up and lead her team to a comeback victory where they won by just 1 point. We're excited to come back and see them again, seeing they can carry some momentum from that win despite the loss to Jennings County over the weekend. What are your keys to the game for the Fighting Irish going into this?
My keys to the game tonight for Cathedral, they need to create open three looks. University is averaging 8.3 blocks per game, led by Du Bois, who averages 5.8 blocks. Stay away from the paint if you're Cathedral. The next key of the game is Layla Gold, averaging 30 points per game, but she will also need help from all around. She needs to have players step up as Taylor Lewis did last week in the Warren comeback. The next keys to the game is for University. They need to limit turnovers as Cathedral is good in fast break scoring, and this got University in trouble versus Danville late in the fourth quarter. And the next and final key for University is don't get comfy. As you mentioned, Cathedral had that 11-point comeback versus Warren last week. Layla Gold averaging 30.3 points per game. No lead is safe versus the Irish, Andrew.
And you talk about Layla Gold, and you're right. She is averaging the 30.3 points with the 9 rebounds, and she is averaging 26 shots a game. There is no secret, Caleb, that the Fighting Irish offense runs through number 3. So we're excited to see her play again today. But then you look to the other side, University, a team that has not been featured on the IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. And the first person that comes into mind when you think about this team is Peyton C. She is also an unstoppable force on the offensive end.
Yes, she's averaging 24.8 points per game and 7.5 rebounds. It is going to be a battle between C and Gold. But you cannot also forget about Du Bois. She is averaging 15.3 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, and she's had a double-double in each of the games this season.
The 1-2 punch that we're looking at for the Trailblazers is Say and Du Bois. And for Say, not only is she averaging that almost 25 points per game, but she is also shooting the rock effectively and efficiently, of course, with 58% and then 39% from behind the arc. And when you're averaging 24 points, nearly 25, and you're shooting that type of percentage, you're really helping your team. You're not just chucking up shots. You're getting close within the 10 and getting some buckets. And this University team, they started off the season 3-0, and they dominated every single team that they faced. 42-point win against Indianapolis Shortridge, a 62-point win against Henryville, and a 24 against Tri-Central before their loss to Danville by 9. Their win margin right now, on average, is 42.6. But you said it. You were looking through the stats first off, and you said to me, how did they lose this game? How did they lose to Danville? And you're right, it was definitely the turnovers. All the stats were very similar on both sides, but you have to protect the rock if you want to be able to win the basketball game, especially against this team in Cathedral that's going to make you pay for your mistakes.
Yes, good defense led by Lisa Finn and the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Their defense is amazing. 7.7 steals per game. University needs to protect the rock so they don't fall in the same issue they had against Danville last week.
The bands are rocking. We're getting ready. We're going to take a break. It's Cathedral and University, and it's coming up next.
Turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland. We'll buy your car no matter what make and model, even if you don't buy one from us. You'll get a check on the spot as fast as 30 minutes. It doesn't get easier than that. Do you need a vacation, want to go shopping, or just need some spending money? We need cars, and we have cash for you right now. So turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia at 13th and Shadeland Avenue or RaySkillmanShadeland.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
And we are ready to go. These starting lamps are going to start being announced again. Angel Mild with Caleb Gross. You're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, and tonight's game is built by Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Visit them at universalrfg.com or call 317-257-0779. And Genesis Sports Performance Training, Indianapolis area grade and high school athletes and adult strength training. Visit GenesisSportsPerformance.com. Caleb, we are excited for this game. We got two teams that have some very talented players, but I think the thing that we are most excited about is that both teams are really going to come out and really prove what they're made of. Both teams coming off some tough losses last weekend.
Yes, both teams coming off these two tough losses. They will need to see, and we will need to see what they can do to bounce back and which team will go on the 2-game losing streak.
For Cathedral and University, what was really the difference maker in their games was their lack of ability to shoot the basketball. As Cathedral shot 4 for 14 from the three-point land, that's just 29%, but only 30% for the rest of the field. University, as I said, it's about the same story, as they only hit 2 of 12 three-point attempts for 17%, and on top of that, had way too many turnovers for their liking.
Both teams know how to put up points quick, but both teams know how to hold the opponent to little to none points. So being efficient for both teams is going to be a key factor for both of them tonight.
Going through the Cathedral starting lineup, as they are back at home for the second time this season, and it's their second to last game in the month of November. They get one more game against Center Grove, and then they don't play until December 1st. So they get a long break right after Thanksgiving. So they'll play that Wednesday before the holiday, and then take a break for the rest of the month and come back well refreshed for basketball in the last month of the year. For University, they have a strange little hiccup in their schedule. They have 6 straight road games going into this last couple of weeks of November. They'll play here, and then after that, 5 straight before they come back to play at University in Carmel, Indiana. Both sides have taken the floor, getting ready for the tip between Taylor Lewis and Kelsey Dubois. Dubois listed at 6'2", Lewis at 6'1". And here we go. High school basketball, ball on the ground, and it will start with University. As they said, that deflected off Dania Johnson. 2 seconds in, we already saw the basketball go out of bounds, and there's a high press by the Fighting Irish to start the game. And there's a double dribble. Cameron Washington lost the ball and then dribbled it again after repossessing it. And there's an early turnover from University.
Dania Johnson with great ball pressure. That's a name we have not seen in the starting lineup recently. I'd love to see her impact today.
Well, Jada Wilson had a big game. She had 10 points in the game against Jennings County. Looking for her to continue to keep scoring the rock this year. Wilson gets it down low to Lewis. Double team immediately. Kick it back outside, and that's a travel. So back-to-back turnovers from both sides. A double dribble from University, and then a travel by Cathedral. And we saw the high press when we were here last week, Caleb, and that was really a difference maker in Cathedral's comeback against Warren Central, and they were able to force some turnovers and some bad passes. The ball was poked away by Wilson, but regained. They get into the corner. They get it down low to C, and C puts it up, and 2 points for the leading scorer of the Trailblazers. Peyton C is listed as a guard and a forward, but that's the way she's been able to build up such an effective and efficient scoring output this year. Layla Gold tries, and she leaves it short, and there's Kelsey Dubois with the rebound. I'm going to say her name a lot, as she is one of the best rebounders in this part of the state. A shot and a foul. That's going to send Washington to the line.
As you can see, Andrew, University is coming out in a 2-3 zone. One thing that that Cathedral struggled with against Warren.
Warren Central, they are one of the best defensive teams, and we saw it. They forced a lot of turnovers, get out in transition. I don't know if there's going to be too many teams that are going to be able to keep battling with Cathedral, as everything just went out. The scoreboard is out. So we don't see the time. We know the score is 3-0, thanks to our producer, Mark, keeping it on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. So they're messing with it right now as Washington hit the first free throw, and we're back. I think it's only fitting that we're Cathedral where we can say, let there be light. It's a 3-0 score. 6:38 to go, and the foul was on Dania Johnson. Both free throws are up and good for Cameron Washington. And University is on a 4-0 run to start the game. Wilson gets it into the corner. Layla Gold. It is a very tight 2-3 zone from the Trailblazers. Ball being tossed up wildly. Lewis comes down with it, gets it to Gold. Gold goes for a mid-range jumper, and it gets off the back rim. Battle for the rebound, and C comes up with it and gets it to Du Bois.
That was great effort by C for that rebound to take it away from Cam Smith.
That was an absolute battle between Smith and C, and C wins it. C picked up her dribble and was able to find Alex Feeney. Nice move, open jumper, and it rolls off the rim. The $1 million move by Washington with a 10-set finish. Lines up a three-pointer, and it's long. Good clear out. Ball's on the ground. It was poked away by Lewis. A good second effort by Cathedral by keeping the ball on this side.
Lewis with 2 early rebounds. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with, especially against a key matchup against Du Bois, as you see a foul on University.
Cameron Washington gets pinned with the first foul for the Trailblazers as she got a hand on Layla Gold. Lewis in the corner. They're trying to get it down low to Gold. Gold makes a move. She goes up, and it's too easy. Cuts the lead in half. What a nicely ran play, and that gets deflected away by Reagan Gilmore. But what did you see on that play that allowed Layla Gold to get that easy post up?
She was able to front the post. The defender was fronting the post, so with her size being at 6 foot, Lewis was able to just lob it in, and Gold was able to pump fake, attack, and get the easy left-hand layup.
Can't forget about that power dribble either. Layla Gold is the first Irish player on the board in this game, and who else? Averaging over 30 points a game. She's averaging 26 shots per game. And that is some contact down there. C gets blocked. Gold hits the ground, and timeout for the Irish. And we are going to take a quick break because you're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland. We'll buy your car no matter what make and model, even if you don't buy one from us. You'll get a check on the spot as fast as 30 minutes. It doesn't get easier than that. Do you need a vacation?
We are back. Cathedral gets it down low to Lewis. Lewis with the back door. She puts it in around Du Bois. Du Bois, one of the premier shot blockers, allows Lewis to go behind her and put the ball in the basket. Here comes the attack. He gives it to Du Bois. Du Bois sees C. C's open for a corner 3, and it rims out. C was open for a while. It's just that Du Bois did not see her. Du Bois is 6'2" center. Lewis is wide open. She makes a move, and she cannot put the ball in the basket. She left it too long. There's a move. Goes up with a layup. It hits off the left side of the rim. Is Jordan Patterson with the attack. Here comes Gold. Gold with the Euro step. 6-0 run for the Irish. They're not afraid to go down low, especially on the fast break, and a foul will be pinned on Jada Wilson. That's the second foul on Cathedral with 3:51 to go in the first quarter. University got off to a 4-0 run. But now the Fighting Irish, with some great defense, getting out into the fast breaks before Du Bois can get down there to protect the paint, have allowed the Irish to build up their lead. A wild shot with the left hand, and it banks its way in. Jordan Patterson trying to pump up her team here on the defensive end.
The team is full of seniors.
Wilson to Patterson, and that one gets deflected, and Du Bois with the block and the rebound. And that one gets deflected. Jada Wilson comes up with the steal. Wilson going deep for Lewis, who somehow kept the foot in. Wilson, straightaway three, and short. Rebound for the Irish. Wild shot. It's off. Ball on the ground, and C clears it. She's going to a fast break, trying to go coast to coast. She makes a move and floats it in. 8-6 game. You saw Peyton C, leading scorer of this team, the most efficient scorer at that too. Cross-court pass and moving the ball around. Wilson. There's Lewis, and that one is off. C clears it away.
That is a hard shot for Lewis over the 6'2" Du Bois.
Layup, and that is a foul with the body. Just who are they going to pin it on? Will it be Cam Smith or Taylor Lewis?
Looked like it was on Cam Smith there, Andrew.
I will say one thing. I do love on how fast these teams are playing, going up and down the floor. The pacing of this game is quick.
Being quick on the fast break is going to be essential for Cathedral, especially now letting Du Bois get set in the paint. And it's essential for University as getting transition points against a tough Cathedral defense.
Now University trying to have their own 6-0 run after watching Cathedral have their own. And it goes around the world and tickles the twine on the way down. 6-0 run for the Trailblazers. And they're living up to their name and their ability to come up and down the floor. Smith to Wilson. Smith gets it into the corner. And there's Lewis. And man, Taylor Lewis. She is not afraid of the New York University commit and Kelsey Du Bois. And there's Du Bois. And she's fouled and one. C goes baseline, then finds Du Bois, and it becomes easy for 0-0.
Du Bois with their own answer back, but Lewis, as you said, she is not afraid of the paint presence from the New York University commit. She is attacking her repeatedly on the offensive end.
Du Bois had a great game in their loss against Dansville with 15 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and 4 blocks. And she's averaging almost 6 blocks a game. Yeah, you heard that right. Almost 6 blocks a game. Here's a three. It's long. Ball on the ground. Gold has it. And there's going to be a jump ball, a tie-up between Layla Gold and Taylor Say. This is the first action for Taylor Say all season long. Last year she averaged 4.2 points, 1.6 rebounds, and about 1 steal a game in her freshman year. The jump ball was awarded to University. Du Bois to Say. Say gets blocked. She's trying again. She tosses it up and somehow wills it in. What a second effort by the 5'6" senior. And then Peyton Say knocks it away, and it goes out of bounds. Peyton Say was trying to make a case that the last person to touch it was Smith. Here's a substitution. Alex Feeney will come into the game, giving Peyton Say a rest. 1:02 to go in the first quarter. Andrew Mild, Caleb Gross. Battle between 2 one-loss teams this season.
As you can see, Cathedral University is now in a box-in one and is man pressing against Layla Gold. As you see the bucket for Cathedral.
That was Jada Wilson splitting the defenders and finishing with the left hand. Patterson down low to Du Bois. Du Bois leaves it short off the rim. A lot of hands going for the basketball, but it was mostly white jerseys down there, and they come up with it. Layla Gold coming towards the end of the first quarter. They get into the corner. Lewis gets fouled. Been really impressed with the way that Cathedral's been able to attack this University defense, moving the ball around the perimeter and eventually opening up the paint for Lewis.
And as you said, Lewis is making herself involved. As we said, one of the keys for Cathedral was getting Layla Gold some help, and Lewis is being that through this first quarter.
And Lewis was really the difference maker in that game against Warren Central. You, of course, can't find the exact stats, but in the fourth quarter, she was a difference maker, making a lot of plays on defense and getting to the line and knocking down the free throws. As she knocks down 2 to cut it to a 3-point game. Washington is pushing the ball up the floor. Going to her left, being guarded very tightly. Washington tosses it up, and it's short. Cathedral's pushing it up. They got some time. Smith with 1 second. Lewis, and it's off. Lewis had an open shot at the buzzer, and she rushed it, not even hitting the rim as it goes around the basket. And that's how our first quarter ends, with a groan from the Cathedral fans. We are going to take a break. It's 15-12 in favor of University as you're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland. We'll buy your car no matter what make and model, even if you don't buy one from us. You'll get a check on the spot as fast as 30 minutes. It doesn't get easier than that. Do you need a vacation, want to go shopping, or just need some spending money? We need cars, and we have cash for you right now. So turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia at 13th and Shadeland Avenue.
Second quarter action coming at you on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. And a friendly reminder, tonight's game is built by Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Visit them at universalrfg.com or call 317-257-0779. Abby Beasley's into the game. She didn't get any minutes in the last game. Kathleen Klein to Gold. Gold back out to Beasley. Beasley thought about taking the three. They're going to Wilson. And 3 seconds in the lane. And it looks like that's from Layla Gold spending too much time down in the paint.
As you said, Beasley and Klein just checked in. That's two faces we did not see last game.
And their game against Jennings County did not see Klein or Beasley get any minutes in that game. There was only a handful of players that came in. Pass down low, and it's off. Wilson, the initial pressure, dribbles out of the trouble. Gives to Klein. Klein forces a pass, and Du Bois with the steal. Washington, the point guard, getting guarded. Du Bois up top. Thought about taking a long three was Patterson, the best three-point shooter on this team. Du Bois dribbling into a double team, kicks out to Washington. Washington about at half court. Du Bois working from the elbow. Ball poked away by Klein. Jump ball, and it stays with University.
Cathedral is not letting Du Bois get a one-on-one matchup against Gold. They are immediately trapping on every touch, as you just saw there.
And is that why they're playing more towards half court, so they can force Du Bois out of the paint? That's just to come up and help with the pressure. And there's an unenforced turnover by University. As Jordan Patterson said, my bad to Washington. As that pass wasn't even close to the mark. Now can Cathedral capitalize from the University mistake? Wilson over to Beasley. Wilson about half court, dribbles to her right. Lewis. Wilson She's all about taking the three. She makes the move, floats it from the free throw line, and she banks it in. The bank is open on Tuesdays, I guess, Caleb.
And yes, that's, as you see a foul from Catherine Klein, that is the exact way you want to attack this 2-3 zone by Cathedral. 3 high, 2 low with Gold and Lewis. They are just transitioning back and forth underneath the basket, giving the easy floater for Wilson.
And you said it going into the second quarter. In that first quarter alone, Cathedral only attempted 1 3-pointer. And they were not settling. They kept going down low into the paint with Lewis and Gold, and it was really paying off as we're seeing Gold and Du Bois battling. Gold is sticking on her. They're conjoined at the hip. Kick ball from Catherine Klein on a pass from Patterson that hit off her right foot. 6:03 to go in the second quarter.
Gold, who's naturally a gifted scorer for Cathedral, averaging 30 points, she is making her presence felt in the paint.
Here's a 3-point from Du Bois. She gets hit. And Lewis can't believe it. As Lewis left the air and got Du Bois with the body, Du Bois, despite her being 6'2", she can score from all 3 levels. She has a nice jump shot, in which as we're seeing basketball nowadays, everyone has to have a jump shot.
Yeah, she's a great inside-outside threat, and that's something you cannot do if you're Taylor Lewis. You cannot leave your feet when contesting a 3-pointer.
Well, Du Bois misses the first of 3 free throws. After she took that hit, she has to stretch out a little bit. As Caleb, the Indy Star, talked about University, and they said that the 2 players that you have to highlight is Du Bois, who's at the line, and Peyton C. And right now, as you look at the stats, you can clearly tell that those 2 are the best players on this team and have continued to get them some big wins to start off this 2022 season. The question is, and if there's going to be a 3rd player that's going to step up and help that dynamic duo.
I think so far you can see Cameron Washington, who's been much more of a, as you see the turnover by Cathedral, Cameron Washington, who's much more of a playmaker, averaging 5 assists and had 11 assists versus Henryville, has been much more of a scorer, at least tacking the basket tonight.
Yeah, Washington does a little bit of everything for this team. Really steps up. C gets out of a double team as she was being hugged on the baseline. There's a shot, and that is good. What a move by Cameron Washington. Somehow finding the white box in the back of the glass to get 2 points. Beasley to Lewis. It was a tough pass. Back out to Beasley in the corner, and she took too many steps.
Yes, 1 too many, Andrew.
University making the adjustments necessary. And looks like maybe Lewis might be bleeding, or something's happening where she has to exit the floor. She is messing with her nose. As there was a substitution in for Lewis so she can come off the floor to attend to her injury.
I'm sure she will return soon, Andrew, but that's a key player that Cathedral wants to keep in.
And that's why Du Bois actually looked like she got her shot deflected. Not sure by who, though. Layla Gold was in the vicinity. She's got a couple of blocks on the year. Speaking of Gold, she has the rock. She goes past her defenders, gets it to hug the rim as it rolls its way in. 3-point game. Here's a corner 3, and it's off the right side of the rim. Wilson with the rebound. She's pushing it up the floor. Pass to Beasley. Beasley lost the ball. She's in a double team. Gold makes a move, and she floats it. Wow. Layla Gold continues to shine for her team. She's gotten the last 2 buckets.
That was a great hop through, Andrew, to the middle of the floor, raising the ball up and getting the 30-foot shot.
And speaking about making nice moves, there's Peyton C. She works in the paint, and that's where most of the points for University comes from. Gold was in a double team. She forces a pass, and Cameron Washington gets the steal. Again, she does everything for this team. She doesn't do one thing well, but she does an abundance, more of a cornucopia of a player.
Yeah, she is definitely a stat stuffer on the year, Andrew. And as you see tonight, she's definitely been more involved in attacking the basket and scoring.
They're moving the ball around the perimeter. There's 2-3 defense by the Fighting Irish, being airtight right now. Washington being guarded by Wilson, and Patterson will watch her coach, Justin Blanding, take a timeout. And Caleb, it's been a really exciting first half, the 3-point game right now. Why did Blanding take a timeout right there?
He's not liking what he's seeing. Du Bois is not being able to touch the ball. Layla Gold, an offensive presence, but also making her defensive presence known, is forcing her outside the paint and immediately being doubled. So C and a player like Cameron Washington need to step up when Du Bois is in trouble.
I thought it was sort of ironic that we looked at the category of blocks for University. They racked up almost over 8 blocks a game this year. But for Cathedral, it shows that they're going to enforce their will down low. They're not going to care if the shot gets blocked or not. They've only attempted 1 3-pointer, and we're almost at halftime.
Yes, for a Cathedral team that usually is their bread and butter is living on the 3-point arc, they have not been afraid of Du Bois in this University defense.
Yeah, our first initial reaction of Cathedral was looking at some highlights from their first game this year against Covenant Christian, and we talked about it. They like to push the ball down the floor and get someone set up for a 3-pointer, but evidently Lisa Finn, the head coach, wasn't happy. There's a foul coming out of the timeout with the way they shot the ball, so instead trying to simplify the offense and make it more efficient.
That's going to be the 7th foul on the Irish, and University's going to be in the bonus for, it seems like, the rest of the quarter, Andrew.
Kyra Bright that's at the line, and it's 1-1, so she hits the front end of a couple of free throws to earn herself a second one. The Irish defense has been doing a relatively good job, but you're right. There is a major difference in the fouls category. Second one is no good. Peyton C is the last one to touch it as Catherine Klein and Layla Gold battled with C. As C is getting closer and closer from joining the 1,000-point club coming into this game. She's only 101 points away. But the way she's been able to score the rock this year, it will just be a matter of time before she gets into that exclusive club.
With the lowest scoring game, Andrew, being 19 points this game last week against Danville, I'm sure she will by the end of the season.
Beasley lined up a 3, but Gold gets down low and keeps punishing this University defense. University got here's a 3 from C, and she does not see it go down. Bounce on Du Bois, and don't look now, but Cathedral is coming back into the game. They're down by 2 with 2:45 as we're seeing Taylor Lewis return to the bench. We'll see her come back in as she's heading towards the scorer's table soon. Wilson, left hand, it's good. She wears the number 24 because of Kobe Bryant, and you see a Kobe Bryant move right there, attacking the paint and finishing with her left hand. Du Bois finishes with her right hand and makes it a 2-point game again. Back and forth we go.
And with that basket, you see Lewis checking in right now with 2 minutes remaining.
Trying to get it to Layla Gold. Beasley to Gold in the corner. 3 University players staring her down. Smith gets it to Wilson, who just scored the last bucket. And timeout, Lisa Flynn and Cathedral. And we will take a timeout with them as you're watching Indiana High School Sports.com.
Turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland. We'll buy your car no matter what make and model, even if you don't buy one from us. You'll get a check on the spot as fast as 30 minutes. It doesn't get easier than that. Do you need a vacation, want to go shopping, or just need some spending money? We need cars, and we have cash for you right now. So turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia at 13th and Shadeland Avenue or RaySkillmanShadeland.com.
We are back with a minute 52 to go before halftime. Andrew Mile, Caleb Gross, and Genesis Sports Performance training Indianapolis area grade and high school athletes and adult strength training. Visit genesissportsperformance.com. And Caleb, you mentioned something that was interesting. This Cathedral team is really good at getting to the free throw line, but they've only gotten there once today. And that was with Taylor Lewis midway through the first quarter.
Yes, last game, Layla Gold had 17 free throws attempted, and Reagan Gilmore had 8 free throws attempted. With University's 2, they have not been to the line.
Speaking of Lewis, she's back in after but it seemed to be from out here, a nosebleed. Gold, mid-range, it's good. Layla Gold not messing around in this game. She is scoring effectively and efficiently.
That was a great pull-up jumper over the 5'8" guard, Alex Feeney.
And Gold with the block on Du Bois. They got some numbers. Gold, down low to Lewis. And as we look at it, Cathedral has taken the lead. Floater, off, and Layla Gold, who else? She got a bucket, an assist, a rebound, a block. Gold, spin, and she leaves it too long. 50-50 ball won by University, by Alex Feeney. Washington to Bright. Bright gets it to Du Bois, and 3 seconds in the lane on Du Bois. We are under a minute to go. 2-point game. University and Cathedral from Cathedral High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. Happy to have you with us. It's getting closer and closer to halftime. Beasley, known for being a three-point shooter, hasn't taken one yet. Instead, she gets it to Gold, who cannot hit the mid-range jumper. Here comes University trying to knot the game up, or maybe take the lead, but Bright misses a three. I don't think we've seen a three-pointer go in yet in this game. Gold sees Wilson. Wilson's going to try her hand at a three, and it rims out. Lewis with the offensive board. Jump ball, and the arrow is pointing towards Cathedral.
Cathedral is a great offensive rebounding team led by Taylor Lewis, as Cathedral averages 12 offensive rebounds per game.
Creating second chance opportunities. Both teams do a fine job of doing that. You got 13 seconds. Gold, baseline, playing physical, is fouled. Taylor C gets pinned with the foul. And for the first time tonight, we will see Layla Gold get a pair of free throws from the charity stripe.
Cathedral is shooting 71% from the line this season. They've upped that since the Warren game last Tuesday.
Layla Gold hits the first free throw. She gets to the line a lot, as we've talked about. 17 times in the last game, and saw her get to the line a bunch against Warren Central. Actually, the game-winning shot from that game against the Warriors was a free throw from Layla Gold. Here's the press. They break it really quick. Bright going really fast. C goes the baseline. She loses it. She's in the corner. Chucks it up. It's short. Ball on the ground. And that's how our first half ends. And Cathedral has a 4-point advantage. Caleb, what were your thoughts in the first half?
I think Cathedral did a great job of attacking this University defense, not being afraid of Du Bois and scoring efficiently inside the paint. Keyword efficiently, as both teams did not shoot well last game. I think a positive for University is they're limiting fouls and not allowing Cathedral to get to the line, and only being down 4 against a great offensive scoring team in Irish. This game is not over yet.
We'll send it to a halftime break as the band for Cathedral is happy at what they saw from their women's team here in the first half. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back as the Irish lead 28-24. You're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland. We'll buy your car no matter what make and model, even if you don't buy one from us. You'll get a check on the spot as fast as 30 minutes. It doesn't get easier than that. Do you need a vacation, want to go shopping, or just need some spending money? We need cars and we have cash for you right now. So turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia at 13th and Shadeland Avenue or RaySkillmanShadeland.com.
We are back as you're seeing the halftime show from Cathedral High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. And as we're in the halftime show, we're going to look at some scores from around the area. First off, Ben Davis at halftime at Plainfield, where they're leading at 42-23. Absolutely putting on a show against the Quakers. As the Braves and Blackhawks, there's no score there, or neither for Pike and Ron Colley. There's no other scores being updated from around the area. Your score here is 28-24 in favor of the hometown Fighting Irish, Andrew Mild and Caleb Gross. As Caleb, Cathedral has really relied on the two players that we talked about coming into it. Of course, Layla Gold. You can't start the season out for Cathedral without mentioning Layla Gold. She's the best player on the team. She's proved it time and time again. But who was going to be her dynamic duo? Who was going to step up? And thus far, it's been pretty evident. It's been number 32, Taylor Lewis. She had herself an amazing first half, leaving off where she left off when she was here last week against Warren Central.
Yes, Taylor Lewis has made herself the definitive number 2 in this Cathedral team. And Cathedral, they needed that coming in tonight. Layla Gold would not single-handedly beat this great defense from University.
And for University, it was quite shocking for us because one of your keys to the game, and I agreed with you as we were writing these up, was for University that their paint presence on both the offensive and defensive side, that's how they win basketball games, by scoring down there and not allowing the other team to score. But it was quite shocking to see Cathedral just watch Layla Gold work around them and get some easy buckets. And she shot very efficiently in the first half.
Yes, University averaging 8.3 blocks per game on the season. It was quite shocking to see the amount of easy buckets they gave up inside the paint, while Cathedral shot amazing, and to be honest, amazing in the paint, efficient.
And isn't that the point of running a 2-3 zone, is not allowing the other team to get easy points down there? How's Cathedral able to do it?
Well, Lisa Finn has drawn up some amazing plays for the Cathedral offense where they have 3 high and 2 low with Layla Gold and Taylor Lewis. The Taylor Lewis and Layla Gold, they switch off and on with a backdoor screen, giving one defender to guard 2 in Du Bois when she's just overwhelmed. While the couple three-point opportunities have been there, Cathedral has not taken them. I wonder if they will start to see those open looks as University starts to collapse more inside.
And for Cathedral in their last matchup, they didn't shoot very well from behind the arc. Do you think that Lisa Flynn said, you know what, we got to make some adjustments because evidently our three-point shooting is not there. We got to find a way to score down low.
Yes, as coaches teach you from a young age, you need to work yourself inside and out before you start shooting threes. So Lisa Finn told her team, let's go back to the old school of basketball. Let's attack inside against a team that is known for paint defense. So they're doing the quite opposite. So I can only see if they draw up a couple three-pointer plays for the Irish.
And if you're Justin Blanding, the head coach of University, what are you telling your team? What adjustments are you going to make to get into the second half so you can come back into this game? I mean, they're only down 4 points considering how Cathedral was able to dominate down low. What are they going to do to assure they walk out of a road game with a win?
University has done a great job of limiting fouls, neutralizing a strength for Cathedral and getting to the line and shooting efficient, especially with Layla Gold shooting 14 and 17 from the line last week. But University, they need to have better transition defense and limit those turnovers. Cathedral is attacking and not letting the 6'2 center in Kelsey Du Bois get set and back on defense, making it tough for the University defense to protect the paint.
Before we send it to another break, let's tell you again that tonight's game is built by Universal Roofing and Exterior. And I'll say they do a phenomenal job. And when it's getting cold, you got to be happy to have Universal Roofing and Exterior. It's getting cold out there, starting to feel like basketball season. Visit them at universalrfg.com or call 317-257-0779. That number is 317-257-0779. We'll be back in about 2 minutes for the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere.
Turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland. We'll buy your car no matter what make and model, even if you don't buy one from us. You'll get a check on the spot as fast as 30 minutes. It doesn't get easier than that. Do you need a vacation, want to go shopping, or just need some spending money? We need cars, and we have cash for you right now. So turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia at 13th and Shadeland Avenue or RaySkillmanShadeland.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
One more minute before halftime is over, and we get more women's basketball on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Angel Milo and Caleb Gross here on this journey of a really, really entertaining basketball game as the Cathedral Band is even playing to our right. They came out to support their Irish as they're trying to pick up a third win. And a year ago, Caleb, these two teams met, and it was a completely different game with Cathedral absolutely dominating University 63-33, which was interesting to look at as University, that was their only double-digit loss all season long just a year ago out of the 5 that they had, and they went en route to a regional championship game. Layla Gold in that game had 13 points. But this game, it's only a 4-point difference. And University, if it wasn't for some nice moves from Layla Gold, moves that she probably had worked on with her brother this offseason, that she cited is a very good basketball player, said he's in the 6th grade and knows her moves. Du Bois gets blocked by Gold and Lewis. What a tandem. But Caleb, let me ask you this. Layla Gold said that he knows all my moves. And does that allow her to get creative and try and find ways to beat her brother while playing one-on-one?
Oh, yes, sibling rivalry, no matter who you are, it is one of the biggest rivalries in sports history. Having someone that knows you day in and day out, as a university misses a three-pointer there, rebounded by Jada Wilson, is the biggest rivalry, and you are forced to be creative and to learn some different shots that you might not usually take.
Well, Abby Beasley had an open three. She didn't want to take it. And there's why Layla Gold gets a nice over-the-shoulder pass from Taylor Lewis and kisses it off the glass. 6-point game, 3-ball, and it's off to the left. Layla Gold clears the rebound. 6-point game. Gold trying to go coast to coast. Picks up her dribble, finds it to C. C pushes up to Washington. Washington gets contested, but it does not throw her off her game. She gets an easy bucket from some great defense. Cross-court pass to Beasley, to Gold, who gets denied by Washington. Deflects it out of bounds.
If you're Cathedral, you would hope that Beasley starts shooting some threes tonight. As she's mainly their three-point specialist, and she's almost seemed timid on the perimeter and looking to be a pass-first guard.
And she had that wide-open three. She almost seemed like she was gun-shy to take it. Wilson penetrating the paint, and it's too much mustard on the shot as it careens off the glass. Washington to C, to Du Bois is open. What a string of passes to set up the easy bucket for 0-0 for Deuce. 2-point game. Wow.
The Cathedral defense was just not set, and they were scattered all over the floor. That was a great bucket by Du Bois.
Layla Gold trying to work down low and get open against Washington. Lewis to Klein, and Klein, actually they called a 3-second violation on Layla Gold, number 3, spending too much time in the paint. Well, now, after being down 6 points, University can come back into the game and tie it, maybe even take a lead. But yet both sides have yet to hit a three, and there's a foul from Klein as she knocks down Washington. She tried to hold up her momentum, but it counts as a foul all the same. Just a few minutes into the second half. Happy to have you with us. Du Bois working in a triple team, deflected by somebody, and Klein gets the steal. Wilson to Klein. Klein to Lewis. Beasley's going to line up a 3-ball, and it's no good, but an offensive rebound by Klein. Lewis goes around her defender and hits it high off the glass and gets 2 points. And the ball hits off the referee, and it finds C. C is blocked, and they call the foul. I don't think I've ever seen that ever before. Hitting off a referee, staying in bounds, and then going down to the paint to get a foul call from the same then referee.
As you can see, Abby Beasley just laughed it off and complained immediately as the ball was heading out of bounds if the referee wasn't standing there.
The old saying goes, Caleb, sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. For University, they have the talent, but when luck starts to go your way, you'll take it any way you can.
We saw luck play a factor last Tuesday in this building, Andrew, with that 11-point comeback against Warren for the Irish.
We even told me going into the fourth quarter, you got to open up with the luck of the Irish. Said something about a 4-leaf clover. And Taylor Lewis apparently had the luck of that 4-leaf clover, and she had a phenomenal fourth quarter in the win. But now University are not going away. Just as we thought coming into the game, it was going to be a back-and-forth affair from very talented teams.
Very talented teams, both with many seniors in leadership.
Wilson for 3. No rotation on that one. Lewis rebound, tosses it up. And the foul occurred before the shot. But now we're starting to see, Caleb, Cathedral start to shoot the 3-ball, but they're getting second chance looks. And you just know that Justin Blanding, the head coach of University, that's making his blood boil, watching his team allow Cathedral to keep getting looks. Lewis gets a shot, and before the shot went in, Layla Gold hit the ground, and another foul is being called on University.
This was going to be one issue for University coming into this game. Although they have Kelsey DuBois, who is 6'2", and another freshman, Mac Feeney, who's 5'11", who does not play, this team is very undersized, being 5'9" or shorter, while Cathedral has 3 6-footers and 1 6'1" player in Taylor Lewis, as you see Layla Gold with the miss off the right iron.
She was out of control on the shot. Can University tie it up here? C picks up the dribble, directs traffic with Bright. And Bright didn't see the pass coming as it goes into the stands, deflects off some drums that are laying on the floor. And yet, somehow University has that problem of turning the ball over, poke its head up at the wrong time again. Beasley to Gold. Gold can't finish after a fantastic move to get herself open down low. C has a pump fake. She takes a 3, and that's off the mark. She missed it badly there. Wilson, Klein. Klein throws it way off. C with the steal. C has numbers. She's getting contested, and she just gets it to nick off the rim. Beasley didn't even think about taking a 3. Gold, she's going to take a 3, and nobody can make a shot from behind the arc, and a travel is called. Patterson picked up the basketball, then hit the ground and got called for a travel. So yet again, another turnover for the Trailblazers.
Yes, and as you see, Abby Beasley hesitated and didn't even think about a 3, but
no.
As we know, Layla Gold doesn't hesitate on taking shots, and she had 30 field goals attempted last week.
And that's out of bounds, turnover on Cathedral as they try to fit it in to Cam Smith.
Great defense from Cameron Washington. She has been a presence all over the floor tonight.
There's a high look from Jada Wilson, putting some pressure on Cameron Washington. Bright being guarded tightly now by Wilson, as she is just everywhere right now. Here's a 3 from the southpaw, and it hits nothing. Here comes Gilmore. Beasley to Gold, dribbles. She lost the ball. She's on the ground, and a jump ball is called, and it's Cathedral ball. And Beasley, you're right. She is one of the best shooters on the team. She's averaging 4.5 assists on the season, but she has no intentions of taking a shot. Layla Gold gets the inbound pass. She's getting double teamed as Cathedral sends it around the perimeter. Deflected pass finds into Lewis. 3 from Wilson. Pure! Jada Wilson from the corner, and there's our first 3 of the game. Ball rolls out of bounds, and it's awarded to the Fighting Irish.
That was a great shot from the sophomore Jada Wilson, averaging 7.7 points per game. In the first 3, I believe, Andrew, for the Fighting Irish tonight.
Jada Wilson got some big buckets for her team. She had that one earlier where she made a nice move and finished with the offhand. I thought maybe she was left-handed. The shot looked so nice. Lewis with the shot. It rims out. The classic in and out, where the rim turns into the best defender on the floor. Bright hits the ground. Ball hits off her right leg. It goes out of bounds.
Speaking of great defenders, Jada Wilson, one of the best perimeter defenders for the Fighting Irish, is making her presence known with the amazing ball pressure against this University offense.
There's always that title that is given to the player with the most energy, the Energizer Bunny. And that has for sure been awarded to Jada Wilson, as she does not back down on defense. She's been harassing players all night. Wilson open in the corner, high pass. The 5'7" guard had to jump. She moves to move around C, and then DuBois gets in the passing lane and knocks it down. A steal for University. C picks up the dribble. DuBois working baseline, back to C. C gets the shot to go in, Nice pump fake to get Layla Gold in the air and finishes around her.
She is starting to heat up, man. We've not seen her on the stat sheet much tonight in points-wise.
Jump ball on a block would appear to be from the little sister Taylor C. And Layla Gold is going to take a rest. Their first time all year where she has stepped off the floor. 3-point game. Cameron Washington to Taylor C. Du Bois working in the paint. They line up a 3-ball from the corner, and it hits off the back rim. Battle for the board, and a jump ball before the shot. And the Fighting Irish get the ball. 1:45 to go in the third.
As you saw that three-pointer from Cameron Washington, she has that unorthodox style shot, almost like Magic Johnson, but I mean, averaging 5 assists and having the 11-assist game against Henryville, one could consider her in the same field.
Catherine Klein now playing down low in place of Layla Gold. And what a block by C! She covered some ground and blocks Lewis. Here's a 3-ball. It's short. Offensive rebound, Beasley. She had an open shot, but she got hesitant. A little gun shy is the southpaw. Klein makes a move. Ball on the ground. Wilson recovers it. Back down to Lewis. Some good ball movement from Cathedral, and it goes out of bounds off Du Bois. Some great defense by the Trailblazers. Really forcing Cathedral to make some tough passes. This Cathedral was getting some lucky rolls, and Layla Gold sat on the bench, got a cup of water, finished it, now back on the floor. I have to count that up. That was maybe about 32 seconds where she went off the floor and already back in. She came in for Reagan. And Layla Gold takes a shot immediately. Another offensive rebound. And Layla Gold gets hammered from the side. And she gets her way to the line. And right now, if the score stays the same and the story stays the same for the fourth quarter, Caleb, we are going to talk about how Cathedral was relentless on the offensive boards.
Yes, Cathedral is averaging 12 offensive rebounds per game and 32 rebounds total. Cathedral is an amazing rebounding team. As we mentioned before, those 3 6-footers and a 6'1" forward in Taylor Lewis, especially going against an undersized University, that's what you could expect going into this game.
They brought the Windex and the paper towels, so they're cleaning the glass tonight against University. University is down 5. University trying to close out the third quarter with a good note. Peyton C. going baseline. She tosses it up, and it goes over the basket, and it goes a simple out of bounds on University. She is strong, but sometimes too strong. That shot was even close to going in. Well, Cathedral have been spending some time down here on the offensive side. What a play by Wilson to recover. She hits the ground, comes back in from out of bounds. She shoots a 3, and it's no good. Layla Gold, offensive rebound, mid-range jumper, and why not? Get the board, get the points, get a 7-point lead. University, they're going to take a 3 from Washington. It looks like it might have been deflected. 1 second. Layla Gold didn't see the clock, but either way, her team has a 7-point lead going into the fourth and final quarter. But we've already seen it once. Can University come back in the fourth? Don't go anywhere. You're going to find out. You're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland. We'll buy your car no matter what make and model, even if you don't buy one from us. You'll get a check on the spot as fast as 30 minutes. It doesn't get easier than that. Do you need a vacation, want to go shopping, or just need some spending money? We need cars, and we have cash for you right now. So turn your car into cash at the all-new Ray Skillman North.
Try our easy-to-use Shop by Payment tool. You set what you want to spend, and our True Payments engine will find the best matches across our entire inventory. You can even add your trade-in. You'll get customized financing for every vehicle matching your budget. You'll be amazed at what you can buy.
"24 minutes have come and gone, and we're down to our final 8 minutes. Andrew Mild, Caleb Gross on the IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. As this game is built by Universal Roofing and Exteriors, visit them at universalrfg.com or call 317-257-0779. Here's a long three to start the fourth quarter, and University has been struggling from behind the arc, and they strip it away. It was Abby Beasley. Wilson pushing it. Gold dribbles with her left, and with the luck of the Irish, it rolls in. Great defense leading to easy transition offense. The Irish have built their largest lead of the game.
That was a great attack by Layla Gold to drive with her left hand and attack the weak side, putting Du Bois on her hip, who was trailing from behind.
Backcourt violation, and Blanding wants a foul on Jada Wilson, who bumped into Washington to force her to go over that half-court line, but the referee was not having it.
As we mentioned before, Jada Wilson is that Energizer bunny for Cathedral. She is all over the court, all over the University ball handlers.
Well, when you cite Kobe Bryant to be your hero, you got to be good on both sides of the floor. Beasley attacking. Wilson thought about taking a three. She got her shot blocked. Du Bois. And I want to say, Caleb, that might be only the second or third block from someone that's averaging almost 6 a game.
Yes, as you can see, Du Bois and C, for what they've been doing the best this year in Du Bois blocks and C scoring, they have been quiet.
3 ball. It's off. Layla Gold soars up into the air to get the rebound. Beasley's open. She finishes with the left hand. What a start for the Fighting Irish here at home. They have an 11-point lead after a timeout was burned by University. We're going to keep it here. And let me ask you this, Caleb. University, they've been trying to get back into this game with the 3 ball, and as of right now, the shots are just not falling.
Yes, Justin Blaney is not happy with his team, with the effort they are putting back on transition defense. As you mentioned, the shots aren't falling. They have not hit 1 3-pointer this game, but down 11 with 6.5 to go, you need to have some of these shots start falling and draw up some plays for your key shooters.
And we're really starting to see Cathedral and their height advantage over University, as Layla Gold's been messing around in the paint with Peyton C. C is 5'6". Layla Gold, 6 foot, a whole 6 inches taller than the person that's guarding her. And down low, those 6 inches mean everything. But here's University coming out of the timeout. And on the first possession, Abby Beasley gets a steal. That's already her second steal in the fourth quarter. She's out of control right now, trying to slow it down, and Washington will get the foul, the 4th team foul on University. The 3rd foul on Washington. She's got to play a little bit tighter on defense, 2 more, and she can call it a night. 6:19 left in this ball game. Layla Gold going into her bag, fadeaway, deflected. It was a rebound, but it appeared to be Catherine Klein. A battle as Lewis was just a tornado of hair and elbows, and eventually got stripped away, and there's a ball deflected out of bounds by Jada Wilson. Beasley not shooting as many 3-pointers as she normally does, but she's finding a way to be effective for her team with her passing tonight and her steals. And there's another steal, and immediately a foul called as Taylor Lewis. She made quite an impression in the fourth quarter a week ago. Can't you replicate that performance and close out this game to get her team a 3rd win and their 2nd win at home? Gold going with her right. Pulls up off the right side of the rim. Du Bois with the rebound. She's got to be getting close to a double-double. Beasley hits the ground at half court. Washington over to Patterson. Here's a three, and it just is not going in as it spins out. Du Bois not happy with the call. She's the one that knocks it out of bounds. A lot of those shots have just rimmed out tonight for University.
Not much more you can do if you're University when your best scorer lined up for three, the top of the key, and it just rims out.
It's Peyton C. That's one you're talking about, Caleb. 39% from behind the arc this year. Lisa Finn burns her fourth timeout. She has 3 more left in the game, and we're going to take a timeout with her. 11-point lead for Cathedral. Don't go anywhere.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Genesis Sports Performance Training, Indianapolis area grade and high school athletes in adult strength training. Visit GenesisSportsPerformance.com. Again, that's GenesisSportsPerformance.com. A timeout burned by Cathedral to come out of the timeout, and Layla Gold goes to a floater. Lewis gets the rebound, and then she gets fouled. She earns 2 free throws.
Lewis has been all over the glass tonight, especially with offensive rebounds. And she's had some second chance points and got to the line a couple of times, averaging 8.3 rebounds on the season, Andrew. And as we said earlier, she is that definitive number 2, I would have to say, for this Cathedral offense.
Well, last week it took Cathedral a little bit to get going, about 3 quarters. They were playing good basketball, but it was mostly Layla Gold doing most of the work. But in this game, you're starting to see the Fighting Irish unite as a ball club, as everyone is doing a really good job at different things. Lewis being able to get those rebounds. Here's a tray ball, and it's just not going in right now. There's a lid on that basket for University. Jump ball and a battle between Klein and C. Irish ball.
Great defense and great hustle from Catherine Klein, the 6-foot junior guard and forward. And as you mentioned, Andrew, these 3 balls are not falling for University, even though this is not something that you see usually, shooting 38% from the 3 on the season.
Layla Gold went to a baby hook and could not find the bottom of the basket. Catherine Klein was the last person to touch it. And University, who's down 12, is running out of time. Do they have what it takes to get back into this ball game and make it competitive? Bright. To C. C spins, and there's nothing there. She's being guarded tightly by Abby Beasley. Double team initially. Back up top. This 2-3 zone has been tough. 3 ball finally goes in for Jordan Patterson.
That was the first 3 ball tonight, and the first time we've heard from the senior guard, Jordan Patterson, who's averaging 5.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 2.5 steals. Another stat stuffer for University.
Lewis tosses it up, and Du Bois makes it go off, and Du Bois gets tied up with Catherine Klein, and the Trailblazers will get the ball. Well, now with that 3 and the jump ball, University is not too far away from coming back into it. They have plenty of time. Just under 4 minutes. Bright penetrating the paint. C to Patterson. Du Bois goes to her right, fakes, goes to her, and misses the shot. Layla Gold. She's got to be getting close to a double-double. You already know she has more than 10 points. Does she have the 10 rebounds? Back to Gold. Gold in the side pocket as she is being covered by Washington. She went to a spin move and lost the ball. Ball on the ground. Beasley finds an open Lewis, and that's easy as 1, 2, 3. 11-point game. And another hustle play won by Cathedral. Du Bois to a cutting Patterson, and what a finish. How did she find her so quickly? A quick reaction from Kelsey Du Bois. And that's why she has 4 assists on the year. She's averaging that. Wilson picked up her dribble. Gets up top to Lewis. Lewis down to Gold. Gold with a mismatch. Can't finish. Gets the rebound. Goes back up and one! As the great Stacey King says, big-time players make big-time plays. And Layla Gold, she has made a big play.
And she is a big-time player, Andrew. And University has played amazing defense in the beginning of these possessions, but at the end of them, they can't seem to finish, especially with second-chance points.
And that's why Layla Gold and Taylor Lewis have just feasted on the Trailblazers tonight. As Layla Gold finishes the old-fashioned three-pointer, the layup and the free throw. Back in the game is Alex Feeney. Here's a straightaway three, and it goes high into the air. C with the rebound, and she can't finish. She has had an off night. Foul on University, and that will send Layla Gold back to the line for the bonus. Foul on Du Bois. That's her 3rd foul. But really, did not expect this from Peyton C. She has just put her name into every game this year, her fingerprints in every win. But just today, Cathedral had her number.
Yes, they have, Andrew. And this Cathedral defense has stepped up big from players all around the court, such as Jada Wilson, Abby Beasley, and especially Layla Gold and Taylor Lewis. As you see the finish from Catherine Klein inside the paint, and University just has no answer.
That might have been the dagger right there. Layla Gold hit the first free throw, missed the second, and then Catherine Klein with the offensive rebound and a putback. And there's C. She knocks one down with 1:52 to go as her coach takes a timeout. And let's look ahead and what's coming up for University and Cathedral. And for University, their next game is against Lawrence Central. That's on Friday. And the way that things are looking, Caleb, this team that started off the season so promising at 3-0 with dominating every opponent they face. I mean, when your smallest margin of victory is 24 for the first 3 games, you've been off to a good start. Looks as though they may now squander away 2 straight games. What are they going to do on Friday? What adjustments need to be made if they want to win another basketball game and get back onto the win column?
Well, going against a tough Cathedral matchup, it'll never be easy, but Justin Blanding this week during practice, he'll be on his team, they'll be training, be ready for the Lawrence Central matchup on Friday so they don't fall into a 3-game losing streak.
Then for Cathedral, last week on this same exact day on Tuesday, they battled all the way back and won. This win's got to be a little bit more comfortable and comforting for Lisa Finn, who's trying to get her team back into the playoffs as they lost in the sectional semifinals a year ago as they take on University. They won the regionals a season ago as Justin Blanding took over this team in 2015. And at University, he has won 138 games and lost just 36. Layla Gold gets her shot blocked. It deflects off Lewis and goes out of bounds. 90 seconds to go. In other words, Blanding has been a phenomenal coach for the Trailblazers. He's had 4 20-win seasons. Late substitution as Bright will check in. And now they're going to hold up the sub. And now she comes onto the floor. Coming out is Alex Feeney. Cathedral looking ahead for their schedule. They get one more game against Bishop Chatard next Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And then they go on that long hiatus before the first game, as there's a finish from the left hand of Jordan Patterson. Getting closer, just a minute to go, where Cathedral is going to win their third game. Finn takes a timeout. We are going to take a break as you're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Cathedral up by 11.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at GenesisSportsPerformance.com.
"64 seconds are left in this matchup." Angel Miles here on the play-by-play. Joined with me is Caleb Gross. And Caleb, coming into the game, we were both pretty confident. We thought University was going to walk out of here with a win. Looking at their numbers and the way that Du Bois and C had just started off the season so hot. But tonight, both of them were essentially non-factors, as we've seen Patterson at least step up. There's a bright spot for University going into their next game. Layla Gold, spin move as a person in the corner, and she gets blocked by Du Bois. And then she goes up again, hits the ground, as Du Bois will get her fourth foul to send Layla Gold to the line again. Correction, that was a foul on Washington. It's Washington's fourth. There's a minute to go in the game. Layla Gold having herself yet another night. But, Caleb, I have to say, by looking at some of Layla Gold's numbers, this might be her most efficient night that she's had all season long.
Yes, I would have to agree with you, Andrew. Averaging 30 points per game and 26 shots, as you mentioned in the beginning of the game. This definitely is one of her most efficient games, while also she has had probably one of her least amount of shots this game.
As the first shot went in, the second one rolled out. That was as close as it's going to get. And unfortunately for Layla Gold, she doesn't add another point to her historic high school career. Three from Peyton C, and just she's not been having a good night from behind the arc. Here's Taylor C as she goes strong to the rim, can't finish it, and four elbows hit the ground hard. As we hear a couple of thunks hit the hardwood. A jump ball goes to the Irish. University going to go into a press, seeing if they can get some buckets at the end. Beasley gets the inbound, and a foul on Patterson. So a couple of free throws for Beasley coming up. 28.4 left in the game. Double bonus now for the rest of the game, but with only 28.4 seconds left, it's not too much game to be played. Beasley with a high arcing shot. Touched the ceiling, came back down, and nicked the twine on the way down.
The 5'8" sophomore has been very silent tonight, but you love to see her add a couple points to her stat sheet.
She does get 2 points from a pair of free throws. As they're getting ready for the final buzzer. Washington to Peyton C. Peyton C tosses it up, and they called a blocking foul on Taylor Lewis. Lewis thought that she earned the charge right there from Peyton C. And Peyton C earns 2 free throws for the meantime. Peyton C is getting a couple of looks right now. She's talking to Indiana University Kokomo, so just about 40 minutes away north from where we're sitting. And from Illinois Springfield. By the way, she's had a good high school career. She'll be joining that 1,000-point club sometime this year. And then looking to continue her basketball career collegiately. Long pass to Layla Gold. It's almost more like the Indianapolis Colts. As Jada Wilson gets it to Catherine Klein, and we'll just watch the clock run out. Some of the band members yell to shoot it, but nonetheless, the Fighting Irish walk away with their second straight home win. What a way to start the season in your own home court. A comeback win a week ago against Warren Central. This time around, they win it convincingly by 12. Caleb, I want to hear your final thoughts for this game.
Final thoughts is Cathedral coming into tonight with the loss last week. This is a big win going into the Bishop Chatard game next Wednesday, going into Thanksgiving. They needed this 12-point win, and going into next week, this is a great way to do it.
We're talking about Cathedral. They needed that. They're going to get a hiatus. They're going to get a whole week off before their next game against Center Grove. Come back and play in December. For University, in the meantime, their schedule gets even tougher. They have 5 straight road games after today, starting off with their next game against Lawrence Central. That's just in 3 days on Friday. This team has potential. It's evident that this team is extremely talented. Caleb, it just wasn't their night tonight.
No, it wasn't. They're stars, and Peyton C. was not electric tonight, as we've seen her all season. And after this second straight loss for University, they need to take a step back, regroup, and go into Friday with a fresh, clear head against LC.
Cathedral now 3-1 on the year. University falls to 3-2, and that is going to do it here from Indianapolis, Indiana. For Caleb Gross, I was Andrew Miles.